Hello, welcome to Co-Creating with Cosmic Holly. Today I am speaking of the Taurus full moon at 13 degrees 22 minutes Taurus, November 5th, 2025. I can't help but think, remember the 5th of November. There's a lot happening in the world that's very hopeful, I'd say. But first, we'll talk about the moon. The full moon is a time when we look at our intentions from 2 weeks earlier and decide what it is we're committing to. This is where we make a commitment to our intentions, decide what's working for us. We start to see what's flowering. There's still a chance to weed things out. So with the Taurus moon, you're going to start to look toward things that are beautiful and sort of what you value and how you feel valued, right? So as your intentions start to grow, you're going to start to be like, does this nurture beauty? Does this make me feel valued? Do I actually value this? And that'll be part of what it is that you use in order to weed out what's happening for you. Does this make my body feel good? It's also connected to the new moon in Taurus from 18 months ago. So that would be May 19th, 2023. What was going on for you back then that has a storyline that's running through in your life, or where you're starting to feel more clarity? Okay. So I spoke of Taurus and like what feels good. Okay, Taurus is Venusian, and Venus is about beauty and is about value, about feeling valued. Connection to the earth. Taurus is an earth sign, and then really brings us down to earth. Like, we're in this body. We have spirits, and our spirit, our soul, is in a physical body. We live on the earth. We eat food. There is so much going on right now in the world regarding that, and I'll get to it. But first, what I'd like to do is read something from Caroline Casey's book, Making the Gods Work for You. I love her book. I love Caroline Casey in general. She's amazing. She's an amazing astrologer and human being. And this is what she says about the moon in Taurus and what Taurus would say, okay? Taurus would say, I belong to the ancient spiritual lineage of those who were stewards for all of life. All of life. I possess the agrarian magic used to cultivate plants and protect the resources and wealth of the community. Wealth and resources of the community. And we are seeing that massively right now in the voter turnout that happened all over the United States. Especially New York City and Virginia, and California. Just woohoo! Back to Taurus. My affinity for the sensate world guides me to the task of making beautiful all tools and implements of daily life in order to constantly remind the community of its home in the cosmos. So we're human. Taurus reminds us of that. Now, I wanted to say that right now we are also deep in Scorpio season. So Scorpio and Taurus are both very sensuous the most sensual signs in the zodiac. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto, and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Mars has got a lot of sexual energy. Venus is, God, I would also say sexual energy, but like in a love way. Scorpio rules the genitals. Taurus rules the mouth, the neck, So just think about that. It's also a time of year when the full moon is in Taurus. We're experiencing a lot of, we're kind of seeing the last of the fall leaves in the Northern Hemisphere. And this new smells start coming in. We start smelling crisp air. We start to feel the crispness of the air. Taurus is a fixed sign, Scorpio is a fixed sign, but it's also this time where we really start to see the change, that we are in deep autumn and winter is coming, but there's this moment where it's like the realization is very deep. And when the sun is in Taurus, it's the same thing, except for that now we have springtime. It's like we start to get those like May flowers, and there's a real richness to the physicality of our being, and eating, feeling, having oral sensation is very much is incredibly physical. And the same thing with so it's oral and genital. It's like an amazing time. So that's what's happening right now. What are you committing to that makes you really feel alive, that makes you really feel life, that makes you want to celebrate beauty? We still have going on the Uranus-Pluto trine in air. And again, we're starting to see Pluto is showing us the power of the people as it's in Aquarius, of the community. And Uranus in Gemini is it's actually going retrograde, and eventually it's going to retrograde back into Taurus. We're not quite there yet, but it's at like 0 degrees Gemini. It's going to go back into Taurus for any final review or lessons we need in Taurus. And while it's in Gemini, I feel that we're going to start to see how our words have power, how what we speak casts spells, right? And I've been saying this for a few months now. We're also in this super grand water trine between Jupiter in Cancer, Saturn in Pisces, Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, and Neptune in Pisces. So Neptune and Saturn are moving backward into Pisces, and there's this, okay, what was the dream again? And Saturn's like, all right, how can we build this? Or like Saturn's really getting the sort of the collective energy of what it is our next. Pisces is very collective. It's also very dreamy. Neptune is dreamy. How are we gonna bring the collective into the foundation of our dreaming before they both go back into Aries? And again, we're reviewing. We were in Aries for a little bit with both Saturn and Neptune, and now we're going. And Aries wants to take action. Aries wants to move. Pisces is a little bit like, let's kind of go back in here and see if there's anything we missed. Jupiter in Cancer is saying, let's nurture that, let's expand it. Like, what is, Cancer wants to nurture. And Lilith is taking no shit, especially in Scorpio. I just saw something before I decided to make this video, and I saw that there's a Miss Universe pageant happening in Thailand, and the person who's running the pageant insulted Miss Universe, Mexico, and all these women got up and just walked out. They boycotted the pageant. I felt like, holy shit! If that's not both Venusian, right, and it's the full moon in Taurus right now, it's also Lilith. Lilith saying like, yeah, no, I'm not taking this shit. And the Miss Universe Mexico was very sweet. She said, if you have a dream, if you're a woman and you have a dream, whether it's a crumb or something massive, you get to have that dream. And if somebody puts you down for it, then they're not worth it. They're not worth giving your energy to. And I just thought, exactly, this is amazing. It's wonderful. I'm kind of right now in this place where I am, well, I'm traveling one, that's why I'm in this like kind of little alcove here, and I don't have my lights and all that, but like I'm in this beautiful city, but I needed to find this like little spot where I could have some privacy, and I'm on this on these stairs leading to the water. I'm in a harbor city, so I'm like, holy shit, I am, this feels very very much like Grand Trine water, but I'm also like was feeling really emotional this morning. Last night I was dancing like crazy because Zohran Mamdani is going to be the mayor of New York City starting in January, and my heart is really tied to New York. It was my home for 20 years, and I left because I basically couldn't afford it anymore. And actually, it's really hard to afford living anywhere, honestly. So there's a lot of hopeful energy, and with all the election turnouts, everything moving Democratic is very hopeful, like in Virginia, in Ohio, in California, in Georgia, in New York City. So it's like I'm a little bit trepidatious, but I'm also freaking thrilled. So I was dancing last night, and then this morning I was dancing again, and then I also was kind of like crying a little bit because there's this part of me that's like, there's a little bit of hesitation, but I'm celebrating it. I am celebrating it. And that's a Taurian thing. Dance is very Taurian. Dance is Venusian. So if you're feeling whatever you're feeling, allowing yourself to move and dance if you feel like it. I mean, this is the thing too, like napping is also very Taurian. But celebrating in your body, celebrating life. I feel like the meaning that Caroline Casey talks about for the Taurus moon is really right on. Let me look at that one more time. She says, like how do we my affinity for the sensate world guides me to the task of making beautiful all tools and implements of daily life in order to constantly remind the community of its home in the cosmos. Stewards for all of life, not just billionaires, all of life. Yeah. Anyway, I have a lot of gratitude right now. So the Grand Trine in water. lots of emotions, lots of energy, and Lilith's in there, and she's taking no crap. She's taking no crap. Neither is the moon, and frankly, Scorpio doesn't take crap. And it's pretty exciting. And I don't know if I said this earlier too, but I was also thinking of, the 5th of November as well. Like, the people are, I think the people are wanting, this country's, tired. And Taurus, too. The thing with Taurus, thing with Cancer, Jupiter and Cancer is like, people are hungry, feed the people. And people are going hungry this month for petty reasons. The petty bull crap of the leaders right now. It's a precarious time. It's a very precarious time. Who knows what's going to happen when Uranus pops back into Taurus and people are hungry. It's unexpected stuff. And I don't know if I don't think people are buying that it's the Democrats that have shut down the government, because the Republicans are ruling every branch right now, and they're the ones that have decided to play dirty and hurting people at the same time. Okay, we got one more card, okay? This is wild. First card is pretty wild, and we're gonna see one more card. I'm gonna pick one if one doesn't pop out soon. I try not to get too, well, you know what? I just talk about whatever I want, and right now politics are on my mind, and they really feel like they're in alignment with what's happening cosmically, and there's some direct results that are really affecting people's lives with what's happening right now. And it's not some abstract thing. Things are really happening and affecting people. So there you have it. All right. Okay. So the first card that I picked was the 6 of Wands. Okay. And the next card was the 8 of Pentacles, 8 of Coins. So the 6 of Wands, an idea that catches fire. I mean, look at that. You've got this one person who is being I love this because I talked about this before. This particular card, you see all these flames that look like the wand that's like the Ace of Wands, and then you have this one person that is you see their form holding also a torch, right? So one torch can light all of these torches, and I really do feel like this is in alignment with people going no more. Why is it that just one person or just a few people get to have everything while everyone else works really hard? And I think that's an idea that has sort of taken off. People are like, yeah, why am I working so hard to barely survive? This is the idea that everyone's talking about right now, so that a few people or can live greatly, or you know, it's kind of, I'm really on this right now, like, you know, the amount of money that billionaires put into trying to defeat Mamdani was more than what they would have been taxed, right? For all the people to live well, right? For all the people to get their SNAP benefits, or to not have to pay crazy amounts of money for medical care. At any rate, can I separate that from my mind right now? Let's just look at this from a creative standpoint. This is, to me, this is success. This is inspiration. The people have been inspired. So whatever it is, like, here's this one tiny person, and these people all look a whole lot bigger, right? This one person has, it, you know, had an idea, and then it sparked everybody else's ideas, you know? So the idea is catching on, the creative energy is flowing forward, like this one little thing turns into many, right? And then there is this idea of work going out into the world, right? So that you're skilled, you do your thing, you're creative, and there is this idea when we get to the 8 of coins that there is movement because of skill. It's like, so there's this idea, and then there's the work behind it, and the work is skilled, and it feeds the community. Your work gets out there in the community, and you should have some success. So I would say on a personal level, whatever your idea is, right? Like, we get to have our creativity, and we get to express ourselves, because we're all like aspects of the divine. These arms here are saying, like, yeah, this is like divine, right? A divine energy coming through. So whatever it is that feels right to you, and that whatever you're inspired to do, or whatever you had been inspired to do. So like, say you had an inspiration a couple weeks ago, or maybe 18 months ago, if we're talking about the moon, you're going to start to see some progress. You're going to start to see some more inspiration on that idea. And the other thing is that, you know, you may be inspiring others to act on their own ideas. So whatever ideas you're acting on for yourself is going to be beneficial, because it inspires others. And then this is like, not only are you acting on inspiration, but as you've been taking action, you've developed skill. And there's something that you've been doing that is ready to really come out into the world. Like, you're ready to share some kind of, you're ready to share whatever it is you've been working on, at least some aspect of it, into the world. It's something that is valuable, not just to you, but to others. I mean, this is more abstract and like, yay, this is inspiration. This is actually a thing. This is actually, you know, very Taurian, like something that you have created that is, has some beauty to it, whether it's like physically beautiful or something that, is uplifting, and it's like beauty in the sense of that which makes you want to live, right? Like, that's pretty important. So it could be something that makes you just feel good, makes you feel good in your body, you know, and others benefit from that as well. And you're getting recognized for that. So whatever your inspiration is can create recognition. That's what's happening this week. So, you know, what were you inspired to focus on 2 weeks ago? What were you inspired to focus on 18 months ago? And the commitment to that inspiration is going to be the thing that that nurtures you. It not only nurtures you, but it nurtures others, because it's something that others value. You value and others value. Okay, anyway. I hope that's helpful, and I hope that you have an incredible week, and I'll see you next week for the last quarter moon. And it's going to be the last quarter moon in, I think it's going to be Leo. Unless last week was Leo. Libra. I think it is Leo. Yeah, last quarter moon. And oh my God, I'm just seeing like beautiful seagulls around, flying all around. See you next week. If you'd like to get a reading with me, go to holly-troy.com/tarot, and you can book a reading with me. Have a wonderful week. Take care.